So I've just filmed a live stream from over here in Alcudia Beach Resort, walking from Alcudia Strip down to Alcudia Port. If you want to check out that video, I'll drop a link to it in the description text below. But in the meantime, let's turn the camera around. Let's see what Alcudia Port is like tonight. So if you watched the live stream, you would have seen how absolutely glorious it was over here literally 5 minutes ago. Go back and check the end of the live stream and you'll see the beautiful sunset. But in a matter of seconds almost, we've had clouds coming down over the Tramontana Mountains. Night is falling, and it's going to fall very quickly over here in Alcudia Port. So I'm not going to hang around here. Let's take a walk through Alcudia Port and let's see what it's like in September. And look, just check this out. After a few minutes more, I've just had a drink from my water bottle, and just look at the clouds here. Now I do suspect that it's very cloudy and possibly showery over in Busier. You can see the clouds over the Tramontana Mountains. And as I was driving up this afternoon, I could see that it looked quite cloudy in that direction. It looks like the clouds are coming our way. So we're not going to hang around. Let's head on down and let's go and check out Alcudia Port tonight. So we don't have long until night does fall over here. Sunset time is pretty much at around 8:15, but it does get a little bit darker a little bit earlier on over here, just because, and I mentioned this in the live stream, the sun isn't setting over the water here, it is setting over the mountains. So we're going to lose light fast. And that is one downside to visiting Mallorca in the autumn, but for many it is actually an upside because, well, of course you're going to get to enjoy slightly cooler temperatures, and of course we're not going to have the really huge crowds that we normally have during the summer. We're just seeing the last of the sunset here, and what a shame that the clouds have come down, because I was hoping for some really lovely colours from over here in Alcudia, but it's not to be this evening. So the good news is that Alcudia Port is looking pretty busy for September. So we're making our way here, look, to the main area where most of the restaurants are. Check out how busy it is, goodness me. I'm just coming up by the Miramar restaurant. I'm guessing now many holidaymakers have come out for the evening. If they're staying in a hotel, they would have come out for dinner. And what a lovely feeling Alcudia Port has tonight, I have to say. Even though we are rolling on into autumn here, it still does have the atmosphere of summer. I mean, check out how busy the restaurants are down here. Look, plenty of take-up in the restaurants over here in Alcudia Port. And look, just coming up to the Negro restaurant, this is absolutely packed. I mean, for a Sunday evening as well, bearing in mind that all the schools are now back. I'm guessing most of the people in here are going to be holidaymakers and not going to be residents. And this is a school night that I'm filming on. I'm filming on the Sunday night after the live stream, and it is looking busy. So that restaurant must come highly recommended. And also don't forget, even though we are in autumn, all the shops are still open as well, and they will stay open until around 10 p.m. So don't forget to check out my Alcudia Beach video, because things aren't quite as they are during the summer months, and we do have an early closing of some areas as well. So go and check out my beach video to find out what closes earlier in September. But as you can see here, nothing much is really closing very early at all. In fact, we've got plenty of people out and about tonight. But before we go any further, I've just had this lovely couple here come running out of a restaurant. Guys, what's your names? Where are you from?
My name's Max.
You're Max. And you have some good news, don't you, actually? Engaged. You're engaged. We've got an engagement. Guys, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now tell me, how's your holiday been?
It's been really good, hasn't it?
Is it good?
Really nice,
Whereabouts are you staying? Where are you staying?
We're staying in the Condés Alcudia, but
the
last time
Condés.
we were in the beach. This hotel is very, you get what you pay for.
You're going to say the word basic, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're trying to say basic.
Basic,
Yeah.
No, overall, no. It's nice though, isn't it? Like you get what you pay for. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Surprise.
But to be fair, obviously looking around and things, all I was looking for really was yourself. So
And you found me. And you found me. You found me.
We've watched this lady many a time.
one of my favourite vloggers.
Oh, bless you guys.
Very much so.
Do you know what? It's been a real pleasure to meet you. Give me, finally, give me a top tip. Where's your favourite restaurant over
Favourite
here?
restaurant is Espargo.
Yeah, this one,
Espargo.
the Beachfront, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
Beachfront. Value for
Food
money.
is good,
It's
staff are
really
good.
nice.
Yeah,
Everything is just 10 out of 10. Really
Yeah,
nice.
I've got to agree with you there. It's the top restaurant over here in Alcudia Port. Guys, pleasure to meet you. Congratulations. Go and get a few, go and get some champagne, go and get some cava. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, they came flying out the restaurant to come and say hi. But always brilliant to meet the viewers of the channel, meet the subscribers. And what lovely subscribers they are too. Now we are going to take a quick look up at Alcudia Mar. I want to see if the night market is still going on as we roll on through September. But first, let's have a very, very quick look here at the rest of Alcudia Port. Now look, you can see with the sun dipping behind the mountains here and it looking a little bit showery right in the centre of the island. I'm actually wondering whether I'm going to hit rain on the way home, but we shall see, we shall see. Let's go and see what the rest of Alcudia Port is like this evening. I'm going to walk up a few well-known streets here which are packed with restaurants. Let's see if it's as busy around here as it is down the far end of the port. Just highlighting a very quick ice cream place here. There's some really, really nice ice cream right alongside the Casa Villa. And let's turn down. So if you watch my video over the summer when I was last down here in Alcudia Port, you'll know how busy it was over here at the Can Punyets restaurant. Very lovely little traditional Mallorquin restaurant. And it is looking rather busy this evening. Admittedly, not as busy as I think I was over here in July. Go back and watch that video. But do you know what? It means that people can get tables down here. Now to my right hand side as well, we can see more restaurants and more people in restaurants too. It is looking rather busy. Let's take a walk down here. We're going to head on down Calle Marinares as well, back to the waterfront. But wow, it's busy down here. It is very busy. I normally recommend booking as well before coming out to eat over here in the main resorts and even in September, and you can see why too. Yes, we do have a few empty tables, but I do see reserved times. So just bear that in mind. Look, coming up to the next restaurant, every table is taken as well, sitting outside here on the terraces. And a little Thai sushi place as well, looking busy too. Just looking up towards the Indian and the Chinese. Down to my right hand side here, look, we've got a few more restaurants. If you continue around the corner, you're going to find some pubs, but I don't have time, unfortunately, to head around there this evening. A little bit further on, we do have the Shamrock pub, but I don't have time to head down there this evening. Let's continue down towards the waterfront. Check this out, look, it is busy. Now this is a good sign. All talk of tourism being down in Mallorca this year. Well, come in September. This video does not make good news for the mainstream media, particularly in the UK. They do like to talk about how no one's coming to the island, but as you can see in this video, it's looking rather busy over here, which is great news for us, and it's great news for you guys too. Just coming down the very famous Ramon's Bar. This has been around since 1984. And look to my left as well, look. Busy terraces over here. And I love the little night lights that they have out this evening too. Look, Oceano, another little pub here as well. And look, we're right down back on the waterfront. So I'm just going to turn the camera back around here, around Marinares, just to give you an idea of what it is like. We're going to have a little look up the port. Anyway, let's head on over to Alcudia Mar. Let's go and have a quick look and see if the night market is still still out for September, and yes it is. Look, I see the start of some stalls. This is good news actually, because normally the markets, you find markets just in July and August, but not over here in Alcudia. So I'm not going to walk all the way to the end of Alcudia Mar, but let's just have a quick initial look and see if it is as busy as it is during the summer. A few less stalls quite possibly, but stalls all the same. And look, plenty of places to pick up some souvenirs too. Good news as well is that they still have the bouncy castle out and the bouncy trampolines. The bad news is that no one's really using them. Like I said, this is a school night, it's a Sunday night that I'm filming. We do have some little kids out this evening, but of course we're not going to get very many kids visiting at this time of year because everyone's pretty much back in school. Anyway, let's sort of walk out of Alcudiamar here. We're going to head on down the back of the resort. I've actually parked a little bit further up in Alcudia Port, so let's go and get some final views of the beach just before light does finally fall. And goodness me, look at the views from over here this evening, right across Alcudia Beach. And I'm just going to very slowly pan the camera around here. Look, you can just see the beach bars and the restaurants gearing up for the evening too. And the music is just pumping out here from Muddies, from Sagavina. And we're going to take a walk up in that direction. But while I'm down here, look, let's just have another quick look round. Right to the end of Alcudia Mar here. Look, plenty of people out this evening. Heading back, and it is a lot busier than even I anticipated actually for September. And look at the reflections on the water. I mean, my goodness me, that's absolutely stunning. But anyway, while I could sit and look at the water all evening, let's head on now down into see a little bit more of Alcudia Port in September. And look, check this out. Look, we've got the dancing panda back. He seems like a regular fixture over here in Alcudia Port. But the kids absolutely love him. We can just see some little kids going over there now. And look at this, look, we've got the pensionistas, we've got the locals out this evening too. And an artist as well. You'll find much of this actually in many of the other resorts as well. You always see the street artists out. Should we have a little walk along the front here? Let's take a walk along the front. We're just coming up by Nuba Beach Club. We try and get you a price for cocktails down here. Obviously, beachfront restaurants are a lot more expensive than you're going to find without the sea view. But €7.50 does get you a drink down here. But look, the Bloody Mary is €10.50. But I guess you are paying for the atmosphere down here, and you're paying for the seafront views. Maybe you're paying for the music as well. So as we come a little bit further along, you can just see how busy these restaurants are here. And we could see that from the other side of the beach, from Alcudia Mar. And some are busier than others. Hello. And we're just coming up to the Sagavina Beach Club and Restaurant. Looks like we've got some nice comfy seating here, and just take a quick look at the menus. Always zoom in straight to the paellas, just to run the camera down the board here.
Welcome to Sagavina.
Welcome to Sagavina, and this comes from what's your name? What's your name? Mohammed. Mohammed says welcome to Sagavina, and everyone is welcome here. Nice to meet you. Hi. So they're very welcoming in here. Just been asked in for a drink, but I can't stop. I can't stop this evening. I do have to get back to Palma. And look, I'm just going to pan the camera back round here, just to give you an idea of what Sagavina is like. Right down here on Alcudia Beach, and also it looks like where the sea is too, because my goodness, it's looking like that tide has come up. And we're just going to have a look on the beach as well. If you did see the video, if you saw my live stream from over here in Alcudia, you will know how far the sea came up. But look, check this out from this angle. And look at this, look, we've got the sunbeds here, look, we've got Sakavina to my left-hand side. And you really do practically get sea views from that beach bar. Got a little bit of something tidal going on here, but even at this time of night, and what a shame the cloud has come down across the mountains, but look, wonderful views. Anyway, we're going to head on back into the centre of the resort. So I'm going to head on in the direction of my car. So we're just coming up by Muddy's Steakhouse here. Look, I'm just looking up. We've got another very busy restaurant here, and I do know it's very hard to get a table in here. The one time I did try, I couldn't actually get to eat there, but let's keep walking on now onto the main road. Muddy's have a little beer and cocktail truck, and the entrance is right down the side here. Just looking up. But look, we're on the main road now, heading on into Alcudia Port. It runs down parallel the back of the beach. You can just see all the shops open too. Let's head out this way. So just see, we've got the tuk-tuks waiting here. Once we used to have horses and carts. Now in Alcudia Port here, look, we've got the tuk-tuks waiting to take you back to your hotel. And we're just across the road here from the whole strip of shops too. Look, we've got trainer shops, shoe shops. I mean, this is wonderful. All still open here in September and rolling on through October too. Look, check out all the people pouring down into the port. You just see the A32 bus here heading on in the direction of the airport. Worth knowing actually if you're staying over here on holiday, if you're not on a package holiday. We're just coming up to the taxi rank as well. Look, 24-hour taxi service. The airport service is €79, but you can get the bus for around £5, which is great value. Anyway, let's head on across the road. And I nearly went sailing past Lloyd's Fish and Chips. I do believe they're only open daytime, at least on the Sunday anyway. But anyway, let's keep walking up. Now, I don't have time to film on Alcudia Strip tonight, but if you want to see what Alcudia Strip is like at night, I'll also drop a link in the description text below. There's also a Lloyd's little fish and chip shop as well on Alcudia Strip, if that's something you're interested in. As we continue a little bit further up, you can see I'm just outside the Hotel Condes de Alcudia. I think that's where the couple I've just spoken to are staying. And I hear some music, some dance music coming out from Coco. So if you're liking your dance music, then this could be a fantastic place for you to come. I don't know if there is anywhere to actually dance. Lots of people sitting, drinking and eating. Look, just to give you a quick idea of cocktail prices here. Just pan the camera down the board. Also come here for dessert as well. They do have a full food menu and pizzas start from around €13. Looks very nice. Looks quite young and trendy as well. A fashionable little night spot. For most restaurants over here in Mallorca, the last orders are in the region of around 10 p.m. and most places do shut by around 11ish. Just bear that in mind if you're coming out to eat. You're going to find them to be open a lot later than you will do in your own home country, I'm sure. Look, just looking down the road here towards the Hotel Condes de Alcudia. But we're going to keep walking up and out of the resort. And there are more restaurants down on this main road here, look. Italian kitchen, they've got a lovely Italian kitchen across the road, and again, this is very busy. Okay, so as I'm filming this video, I can actually tell that the mosquitoes are coming out. I'll let you know in the future video if I've got bitten this evening, because you don't often tend to find out after about 24 hours from being exposed to them. Let's see. Keep watching the channel, subscribe if you haven't done so already, to see how badly bitten I've been this evening. Now, it was my mistake that I didn't put on the insect repellent before coming out this evening. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So we've just come up by the Viva Golf Hotel, which is on the kind of on the corner of Alcudia Beach as you come around to the port. It's very pretty actually. Look, the lights keep changing. And a few other, look, really good value spots over here. Look, half a litre of beer, €3.50. We also have another little tuk-tuk stop here. In case you're thinking about walking back to your hotel and you change your mind. Don't forget Alcudia Port and Alcudia Beach Resort is very spread out. Well, the big question for me is where is my car tonight, and I can see it. So thank you very much for joining me on my video back to my car and through Alcudia Port. And wow, you can just see how amazing it looks in September. It's still really busy here. It's still really busy here. And if you're coming over here on holiday, you are going to have an amazing time. Okay, everyone, I'm going to drop a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube to help you out with your holiday. In the meantime, I'm going to head back in the direction of Palma, but I will be back in Alcudia very, very soon. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget, you can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.